previous meals, like you were talking about like how your wife like save 15% of the household income. And there's like one movement going on in North America, like FIRE, financial independence, retire early. And I don't know much about that, but the correct me again, like if I'm wrong, I think in that moment, like you save a lot of money and invest from your income, like kind of 30-40%.
Mm-hmm.
And you think like this is a feasible for beginners or recent graduate? Like can they like start doing that, like saving and investing like 30% of their income, 40%? Or you think like it would be much better idea if they like get step into like their workplace, get stable jobs, stable income, and then they start like pushing more and more?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's the earlier you get into FIRE, the better, right? If that's what you want to do, just because the money's gonna, if you invest it, it's gonna start compounding, which is
Yeah.
basically, it grows. Plus, it gets dividends, and now if you're reinvesting those dividends, right, it's just you have a lot more of a time frame for that money to compound and grow. So definitely, I would say, yeah, the earlier you get to it, the better. And yeah, I would just say, yeah, try to save as much as you can if that is your goal. And the goal doesn't, and the interesting thing too is that the goal doesn't have to be to retire so early and never work again ever. And that's I've kind of alluded that to already earlier,
Mhm.
because I've talked to quite a few early retirees. I follow them on the internet, others as well. And what you'll notice is that for almost every single one, like I'm talking like 95+% of these early retirees, people that have actually pulled it off, they still do what some will consider work. But the work isn't like it's like what I do, right? Where, okay,
Nine
I
to
get to
five
talk to
job.
smart people on my podcast. That's my work. I mean,
Mhm.
sure, people can call that work, but to me, I'm like, well, I enjoy it. This is fun, and I'm learning, and then I can take what they're telling me and use that to optimize my own investments, right? So a lot of people do that, right? Some want it to be like I had Bryce and Christie on this show. They're also early retirees from Canada. She always wanted to be an author, but most authors don't get paid very much money, right? So, they did the early retirement thing by being engineers. And then once they retired, then now she can actually pursue her passion of being a writer. And that actually still makes her some money, not as much as an engineer, but I
Mhm.
mean, it's, so kind of I would say think of it that way, where just assume that you're still going to make some money in retirement, because chances are you're going to start picking, you have all this
Yeah.
time, you're going to start doing different, hobbies or things that you're passionate about. And then if you're truly passionate about it, chances are you're going to get pretty good at it because you actually love it and you do it for fun. And then after that, it doesn't take that much work to monetize it, at least a little bit, right? So yeah, so I think with the FIRE movement, yeah, for sure, it's good to have that option where you're not reliant on an employer. But I mean, ideally find a job that you actually love. And then it's not like you have to be grinding it out doing something you hate until you reach that FIRE number, right? Like
Mhm.
I for sure was grinding it out. I know Bryce and Christy were grinding it out as well. After interviewing them, a lot of them people were, where it's like, I'm not that into my job, but it pays money. I have the goal in mind, right? But I mean, ideally, if you can find something they actually enjoy doing, then it makes that journey a lot more enjoyable, for sure.